What is up, my Lorcana goons? Welcome to the Friday Market Watch. Today is December 29th. My name is Kevin, and we're going to talk about some Lorcana stuff I have for you today. Some pre-orders that you should not be buying, like this Eeyore overstuffed donkey from Into the Inklands, which comes out in February, by the way. But this card's going to be a common, and as you can see from the market, the commons are pretty much penny cards. So why would you pay $2 to $3 for a common card that is pretty cute? Not gonna lie. So if you look at this card, it's a 5 ink inkable that has resist +1. This card was revealed just recently from Disney Lorcana's Twitter and social media platforms, and if you didn't know, they're revealing cards now from Into the Inklands. It's been happening for the last couple weeks, so you guys should go follow them on social media platforms. And speaking of following people on social media platforms, follow us on social media platforms, especially YouTube. So remember to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, help support the channel. I appreciate it. Been super busy Christmas time with work and whatnot, but more videos to come, so don't worry your Lorcana Illuminator heads about it. Speaking of pre-orders, here's some pre-orders that you guys shouldn't be doing, in my opinion, as well. Like the Illuminator's Trove from Into the Inklands. Now, don't get me wrong, these look dope as heck, and I'm super excited to see what this is going to do for the current format. I like the current format. Ruby Amethyst is the king, obviously. It's like the most dominant and like in right now, but I do want to see what locations are going to bring to the table. You know what I mean? And I want to see what these new Stitch and Jafar and Piglet cards are going to be, if they're going to be making an impact on the meta and whatnot, right? But we do have some pre-orders for these. A couple sales have been happening in the last couple days or so. Yesterday, one happened for 145. Sucks to hate to see it, you know what I mean? And on the 26th, another one for 150. And a couple people have it listed. Actually, a lot of LGS have it listed. It's looking like for around that 140 range for the pre-orders. Now, do you need to buy these? Maybe you yourself are looking at the Chapter 1 troves and you're thinking, wow, maybe I should get it now before I see listings at $200+ like the first chapter troves. But hey, you could also look at it by looking at the troves from the Rise of the Floodborn that I have right here. If you look at these, you could also look at it this way. Wow, what if instead, you get it, you wait a little bit, and then you're going to see these close to that $60 range, almost half off. So interesting to see that all three troves from all three sets are at different prices right now. We have the current Rise of the Floodborn listing for around $60. It's a little bit more than MSRP. I think MSRP being about what, $40 to $50 if I'm not mistaken. So you are paying a little bit more, and then you're going to pay some shipping fees, and because these are still kind of hard to find at Target, in my opinion. I haven't seen any in person, and in my opinion, at least not at a reasonable price, anyways. But if we go back to the first chapter troves, these sold out, and it's looking like we might not get these reprinted. We'll see what happens in the first quarter with any more chapter 1 reprints, but it's looking like right now it's just been a bunch of blister packs, and blister packs are the packs, by the way, that have the cardboard on top. Those are the ones you see at like Target, Walmart, your local haberdashery like Walgreens or something. Yeah, those have like the glue and the cardboard, so those are really not possible to scale and weigh out. I know there's like people who are afraid of buying loose booster packs because you can scale out the enchanted rares, but when they come in that blister packaging right there, a little cardboard, you can feel a little bit more secure with your purchase on those, in my opinion. But the troves, like I mentioned, they're going to be all sold out in that 180 range, and now there's only listings for 200+. So we have Game Gear here, who has it listed for $230, and Music Collectibles, who has it for $221 with $10 shipping. So around $230 is the lowest listed prices right now. Now the most recent sales are on that 180 range. So if you guys are trying to collect these right now, this is kind of high in my opinion. The troves, right? And then, like I mentioned, the troves for the Into the Inklands are actually kind of expensive too. So I'd stick that for what you will. I just don't think you should be getting pre-orders, not even for these booster boxes or these gift sets. I think it might not be the most necessary right now. Even right now at this $77 mark for the lowest listing on the Into the Inklands gift set, it's kind of looking like it's not worth it, right? We have the D100 gift set still selling for around the $70 mark. So plenty of sales happening in the last couple days, today, yesterday, day before that, for that $72, $42 mark. And then we had one that happened today for $65, $66, and $72 again. So about $72 is what you're expected to pay for the D100 gift set right now. And this is at the peak, right? There's so much available right now. now, and I feel like the same thing's gonna happen to Into the Inklands. They're gonna print enough of this to be able to satisfy the demand, and these prices are gonna fall. And this is gonna be even cheaper because the MSRP on the D100s was higher than the regular MSRP for this gift set and the Chapter 1 gift set, in case you didn't know that. But the D100 gift sets are pretty good, in my opinion, for collector's value. Right now they're pretty low, but give it some time. I'm pretty sure these are gonna end up being they're gonna end up being a little bit more hyped up in price. Maybe not soon, but Chapter 1 gift sets are more expensive than they were before. The Chapter 1 troves are more expensive than they were before. It just so happens that right now the Rise of the Floodborn set is kind of bad, and it's been kind of going around. There's a lot to go around, especially with the gift sets, but there's a lot to go around with the booster boxes as well, to the point where now we're seeing prices below MSRP. Plenty of listings and sales happening in that $125 mark, and I've been seeing some complaints from some anonymous posters, people who have small businesses, bigger businesses, kind of saying, like, I've had customers come in complaining that they didn't want to pay $1 more than MSRP, and now that the market is less than MSRP, they refuse to pay market price. I mean, they refuse to pay anything but market price. You know what I mean? So, and in my opinion, that's kind of wild. If you're one of those players that's demanding market price now, and you've been complaining that you want MSRP this whole time, and you're mad that they're charging more than this, like, I mean, you reap what you sow. You were screaming MSRP to the roof, and now they're trying to charge you 143, and you don't want to, and now you want to pay market price because it's satisfied. Don't get me wrong, this is a good price. I'm a consumer too. I want to seek it at market price rather than pay MSRP. But I'm also not gonna grill somebody for selling it at MSRP, or at the same time, like, if they have it, it's not that much more. It's just crazy to me that shop owners have to even make these social media posts. But hey, the internet will be the internet, right? But let me know what you guys think of the Rise of the Floodborn being less than MSRP now available online on TCG Player. There's plenty of sales happening. It's even though the price is low, there's movement. Plenty of sales happening today. This is more than 20. It's looking like I can already see. So these prices are good, and they might not last. So we don't know what Into the Inklands is going to bring to us. Is the pre-order worth it though? Should you be paying about $220 for Into the Inklands booster boxes when the first chapter booster boxes are now widely available? Those are only peaking at $150, and these have the most expensive enchanted rares and legendaries basically in the set. Rise of the Floodborn has an issue where the set just isn't super impactful, but we never know what Into the Inklands is going to bring to the meta. There is a situation where locations make that chapter 2 just way better for whatever reason. And in my opinion, the game was designed in mind for all three sets, all three first three sets to be played together. So, we're missing a chunk of Lorcana still. But enough of the sealed product, guys. We do want to check out some card news that you can cards that you can pull out of your packs. This is news that you can take with you home and talk about it at your New Year's parties. And wow, somebody actually bought a wait, what? Okay, I'm looking at a sale right now from someone. Oh, okay, it's a PSA 10. Wow, I like this. Somebody actually bought a PSA 10 Enchanted Elsa Spirit of Winter for 1,600 shipping included. That is kind of a lot, brother. In my opinion, if you go on eBay, you'll probably find these for about 1,000. But I mean, we never know. That could get refunded. That might be a legitimate sale. But hey, I would definitely check eBay before making some PSA sales rather than TCG Player. But if you're not gonna spend $1,000 on Elsa, you can actually find them for as low as $416 by this unverified seller. But then we have a verified seller gem mint for $425 on the Enchanted Elsa. And check this out, this whole day there is a couple sales happening for that for the Elsa in that $400 range. $399, $400, $399, $395. Even on the 28th and the 26th, a little bit after Christmas, a lot of the Elsas that were in that $350 to $400 range, they all sold. So the $350 Enchanted Elsa did not last very long, guys. Elsa going back up in price, up around that $420 mark. I like to see that. That's kind of cool. Will it get to 500 again? we will see. But that is not the only enchanted rare that is going up in price, my goons. There's the enchanted Cinderella, no longer bumping off that $150 range. Now it's getting back up to the $200. So some of these enchanteds did hit the lows. I think that they're going to hit for a while, my goons. And we've seen how many reprints have been hitting the shelves. There's supposed to be more reprints in quarter 1 for Rise of the Floodborn, so this may fluctuate, you know what I mean? But I do think that when you see prices, if you are a buyer, right, if you're somebody who wants to purchase like some of these enchanters, I think when you see prices as low as 159, 160 for Cinderella, you know, I almost feel like compelled, like how do you not buy those, right? And then right now it's getting close to that $200 range again, right? So maybe this might be the time to get it before it shoots back up a little bit over that $200 hill. I still have my enchanted Cindy, Diamond Hands, right? I didn't get rid of it when I saw it hit as low as a 150 because I thought this is going to be a little bit more sought after, I feel, in the future, right? And then there's a couple other enchantments that have been kind of going back up in price after they hit the bottom. So the enchanted Bell, strange but special, hit as low as around 120 market value, and a decent amount of them sold for less than 120, I want to even say, but around 120 to 130 is what you're paying on TCG Player. Some even selling for like 112, but right now it is going back up to 145. A couple sales happened today and yesterday for around that $200 to $150 range, and now the lowest listing is going to be 142.95 by Menacing Bunny Online. So shout out you guys. And then Picante TCG has one for 145. So Bell, strange but special, going back up a little bit. And check your enchanted rare prices, guys, because they do go up and down day to day. There is a gang of them that are still under that $100 range, like a Simba, Hades, Madam Mim, you know what I mean? And those are getting pretty low. Pete and Namari are definitely competing for the lowest enchanted rare competition, in my opinion. But a Beast Tragic Hero from Rise of the Floodborn is probably going to be a little bit more value than those low-end enchanted rares, in my opinion. Beast Tragic Hero being one of the most popular legendaries right now of the format, actually hitting a price point that I was kind of expecting. It's getting over that $40 hurdle. These were $30 at their peak. 35 is what we started seeing, and now this week we've just seen it jump all the way up to $40. We have a lowest verified listing by Zeke's Comic Games, and then after that we have Cardboardia Online. It's a $43 listing right there, but it's definitely justifiable. There's only 33 listings available for this card on TCG Player. You know, maybe we might see a buyout, I don't know, but that's kind of what happens sometimes. But look at this, there's a cold foil that sold for $45, and a lot of these non-foils are selling for $38, $40, $39. I'm telling you guys, if you're gonna buy these cards and you see the foil prices getting close to the non-foil, just buy the foils. The foils definitely maintain their price. This is a little high for Sad Boy Beast, in my opinion. This card is great, don't get me wrong, but I feel like cards like Maleficent and Elsa kind of peaked at around that $45 range, you know? Rapunzel being the kind of outlier there, and maybe we could look at Steel in that kind of way. Like, Steel is a very dominant color in the format if you aren't playing Ruby Amethyst, or and if you are playing an Amber, then you're playing Amber Steel, or maybe you're playing Amethyst Steel, or maybe you're even playing Emerald Steel. Either way, you're gonna be want to be playing this card, Beast Tragic Hero, aka Sad Boy Beast, but you know, no longer in that $30 range now, seeing as high as $40 to $45. So, hey, we will see where Beast stops. Another card that's also going up in price, Maleficent Monstrous Dragon. Only 50 listings. If you look at the listings, a lot of sales have been happening. Everyone's like, aha, the game is dead, the game is dead. But oh my goodness, there's just sales happening every day up the wazoo. People buying play sets. Look at this. Somebody bought a play set for $37 each, 2 of them for $40, 2 of them for $39.99, 3 of them for $39.99. So, Maleficent Monstrous Dragon, easily now a $40 legendary, no longer in that $30 range as well, actually surpassing Rapunzel. But we'll talk about Rapunzel's price right now. But I do want to look at the cold foil price and listings for this card, because there's only 18 listings now, and I've been saying, get the cold foils, get the cold foils, get the cold foils. And the cold foil bottomed out for this card at around $39 to $40. And that's only $10 more than it was on the non-foil range, right? And now the lowest verified is 75. And before that, we have a non-verified listing from somebody who has 0 sales for $48.99 with $5 shipping. So almost $50+. Then after that, it's $60, $65. So look at that. The Maleficent Monstrous Dragon foil jumped back up all the way to plus $60. And then you guys could have gotten it for 40, but for around like a little bit more than 35 when you were probably already paying like that $39 range to $45 range for the non-foil, right? Pretty interesting to see. I actually do want to check out the Beast non-foil. I mean, the Beast cold foil value now. So yeah, check this out. So then if the non-foils are selling for $40, why would you not pay an extra $9 by CPM Hobby for a foil version of this card? It's or $50 by the Zard Collective. Actually, that's, yeah, $50 by the Zard Collective. So paying $5 more for the foil version just seems correct in my opinion when you see it, when you see the prices diverge, like the way the Monsters Dragon diverged right here, right? So I'm just saying cold foils are the way to go with this game. Rapunzel, gifted with healing, no longer the most expensive legendary in the game, not even the second most expensive legendary in the game. It's officially the third most expensive legendary in the game with the lowest verified listing by BWG Kentucky at $31.98. Okay, a lot of sales been happening today for around that $30 to $35 range. We have a $35 sale, $32, $33, and plenty of cold foil sales happening. I think people are starting to realize what's going on, right? So $44 and $45, $46 is what we're seeing for that cold foil price on Rapunzel in terms of sales that happened today. Lowest verified listing is going to be $47 by Menacing Bunny online. Shout out you guys again. But plenty of non-verified listings who have it for around that $45 range. This is another card. Actually, this card I think is pretty good to get foil right now, right? The foil price was super expensive at one point, almost more than $100, and now it's basically in that $45 to $50 range, basically half off. And you know, we'll see what happens to Rapunzel in the format, but in general, the fact that it's a princess, a very popular princess, it's obviously not Elsa, but it still makes me feel like it's a very popular card, right? Not as popular as my boy Hades. Actually, Hades probably being less popular, right? But price going up on Hades too. A lot of Sapphire players just coming out of nowhere, right? This was a card that was less than $15 a week ago. We were looking at it. Prices were looking really dull. I noticed the views on the channel going lower too on the Market Watch, guys. I know it sucks when the prices dip this low, but that's kind of when you gotta kind of take a little bit of interest and start building decks if you can afford it. That's what I was talking about, because a lot of these were selling for around $13 to $14, and now the lowest verified is going to be $17.99 by 95, and then we have Card Titan for $17.99 as well. So Hades, $18 lowest verified for this legendary, now almost $20. We'll see what happens with Hades. Every time I mention a card, it just goes back down. So it might go back down, but the foil for this card is still pretty expensive. Some selling for around $25 to $30. Lowest verified is going to be strictly business TCG for $25, and after that, infinite TCG FW for $29, then TCG Secret Sash for $30. So it's about a $30 foil legendary and a almost $20 non-foil legendary now. The Pinocchio Talkative Puppet from PAX, this one has been going back up a little bit. A lot of them were selling for, I want to say that like $15 range, a little less than that $15 range, and now by going by verified sales, there's only like 3 listings that are less than $20, and after that you start seeing 17 with the dollar shipping, 15 plus $5. So I like this card a lot. The card's good, and there's just not any events happening right now, so this price is going back up a little bit for the PAX promos. Arthur, Wizard's Apprentice, is a super rare I want to talk about from Rise of the Floodborn. Amazing card. It's been kind of dwindling in price though, less than $15 still. It hasn't really gone back up, but it's kind of bouncing off that $12 mark. So that's what you're going to be expecting to pay for non-foil Arthurs right now. Cinderella Stout-Hearted, very interesting card. Less than $10 right now. Lowest verified, going by BWG Kentucky for $8.93. After that, we have BAC Card Emporium. They have it for $10.25. So it's about a $10 super rare with a lot of sales happening around that $8 to $9 to $10 mark. And if we look at the cold foils, the lowest listing on the cold foils is $13 to $14. And Cindy Stout-Hearted is a very powerful card. Not really using the format right now, but nonetheless still pretty good in my opinion. And I think if you just want to play this card, just get the foil. You know, pay a little bit more. Speaking of Cindy, we have a Cindy Ballroom Sensation that's been going down in price as well. No longer in that $20 range, no longer in that $15 range, kind of bouncing off $10, even hitting as low as $8 on the non-verified listings. So pretty interesting there. But if you want to go by verified sellers, we have 419 cards for $9.44 with $8 shipping. Very interesting to see. I think this card's broken. It's played in Amber Steel and Amethyst Amber, but obviously not played in every single deck. The foils, though, only about $5 more. So this is still about a $10 rare. And if you're gonna get it online, why not get it from King Fandom, who has it for $15, right, shipping included, and you can get 2 of them from them. And if you didn't know, when you're buying on TCG Player, if you get 2 from the same seller, you only pay shipping 1 time. Crazy, right? As opposed to having to buy one every time you want to place it. So it it does help when you can find deals like that, right? Be Prepared is a rare I want to talk about because this card's been going back up in price. Remember, this card was less than $5 just a couple days ago. We saw them selling for $3, $4, and I was saying, wow, that's kind of crazy because the foils are $10. And if we look at the listings, there's plenty of listings that are around that $7 to $8 mark right now. Going by the lowest verified though, we have Righteous Gaming for $8.95, and then it goes to $8 with $1 shipping. So it's going back up to that $10 range. It's about a $9 rare right now, with the foils being $9. Check that out. I think this is outrageous. Buy your foils, my friends. I'm telling you, my goons. Foils are the way to go. These foils have been kicking it around the $9 to $12 range in these last couple Market Watch videos, and you've seen the non-foil price fluctuate from 10 all the way to 4. Do you really want those prices to fluctuate on your cards if you're looking at it that way, or wouldn't you just rather your cards stay within a safe range, a reasonable range? You know what I mean? And it's basically the same price that you're paying for the non-foil. So Althoria Games Tempe, shout out you guys for this low price of $9.70 with $1 shipping. And Artifact Exchange has it for a non-verified low price of $8.95. So be prepared. $10 foil, $9 non-foil. I'm just saying, that's kind of outrageous. Snow White Well-Wisher has been seeing a lot of sales happen in the last couple days. It's going back up a little bit. It was under $7, and now the lowest verified is going to be $7.85 by Alvin Cards. Okay, that's pretty cool. So Snow White, be on the lookout for that one. Ursula Power Hungry been going up in price a little bit. A lot of sales happened for that less than $5 range in the last couple of days. It was a couple of them were selling for around $4, $5, and now the lowest verified is going to be $4.99 by Strike Zone Online. But after that, the next verified seller is going to be at $7 by Fumazi, and then the next verified start getting to the $8 range. So a little bit more than $5 now. I would say this card's going to be about $6 to $7 in the next couple of days. There's less than 100 listings. I noticed that when cards are legendaries have like around less than 100 listings, the prices start going up a little bit, right? Whole New World going back up a little bit in price, no longer less than $5 like it was throughout the month. Now jumping back up to like about $7 to $8, which is pretty cool to see. Lowest verified by BGC cards for $7.35, and after that they start hitting the $8 range. So maybe $8 for the Whole New World's Maui, back up, no longer less than $5. Look at that price jump. These were selling for like $3, $4 the last couple days, and yesterday a bunch were selling for $6 to $7, and today the price kind of calmed down a little bit. But lowest verified by Man Crave Creations, $5.75, and then after that DJ and Nightmares for $6. So look at that, Maui jumping, basically doubling in price. A couple days ago, it was a bunch selling for like $3 to $4, and now it's a $6 rare. Kind of catching up to its cold foil price of $5 to. Let me see what the. Yeah, the cold foil price is like $7, $8 right now. So a lot of these listings have been changing. A lot of sales been happening for some of these key cards, right? Stitch Rockstar was less than $5. Now we're going by the lowest verified. We have a light plate for $6, but after that, the lowest verified is going to be, give me a second, sorry about that. The lowest verified for the Stitch Rockstar is going to be $5.98 with $1.45 shipping. So almost about a $7 super rare now if you're going by verified sellers, but you know, not a bunch of non-verified listings that are going to be in that $5+ range, but no longer less than $5. Pinocchio Star Attraction though has calmed down in price a lot. This card fell. This card was easily more than $5, almost $10 for the rare, but now we're seeing listings for as low as $4.25 by BAC Card Emporium. So shout out you guys for the low prices on the Pinocchio Star Attraction. Grab your swords, an awesome rare from the first chapter. The lowest verified from Sons of Arceus is $3.23, and after that we have a $3.99 listing by Smash X TCG. This card is no longer $2 to $3. It's getting close to that $5 range, and the foils are also showing that, with the market price being almost close to $10 in the foils too. Maleficent Biding Her Time is a card that's going up in price a little bit. This is almost a $5 rare now, guys. Can you believe it? Are we seeing the return of Lilos and Maleficents? This is kind of interesting. A bunch of sales happened over the week when they were listed for around $2 to $3, and now Prodigy Games has the lowest listing for $3.38, then Sons of Arceus has it for $4. So this is a $4 rare, guys. It's close to $5, you know. So we might see the return of Lilo Limbo soon, right? Ariel Spectacular Singer, an awesome card, still undervalued in my opinion. Fumazi has the lowest listing for $3.25, going by verified sellers. Same thing with Yzma Scary Beyond Reason, another super rare that is super low price in my opinion, a $3.15 $3.15 listing by Elfin Cards. So this card was about like plus $5 plus, and now it's less than $5. So kind of fun to see, right? And speaking of Lilo, here's Lilo making a wish. So a couple sales happening today for around that $3 range. And if we're looking at lowest verified, we have two people who have it for around that $2.50. But after that, it starts getting to that $3 range. But there are a lot of light plates for those, so be on the lookout for that when you're buying, right? And then there was some D23 promo news that has been going on, some sales. The D23 promos are the creme de la creme, but there's a couple PSA sales that happened the last couple days. So a PSA 10 Robin Hood sold for $1,650. So that's around the range I think I've been seeing for the PSA 10 Robin Hood. It used to be a little bit more, but they've been coming down a little bit. These had a really high point, and now they're definitely coming down in price. The PSA 10 Elsa sold. I saw one sell for $7,000, and just a couple days ago, day after Christmas, one sold for $5,900 USD. It's a PSA 10 Elsa though, so it's pretty cool. So it is around that $6,000 to $7,000 range for the D23 promos. And then we have a Rockstar that sold, a PSA 10 Rockstar Stitch that sold for $2,600 on December 22nd, just right before Christmas. Check that out, man. And speaking of Rockstar Stitch, check out this keychain my brother got me. Just want to give a shout out to my brother on the Market Watch, because the D23 promo cards is basically what got us into Lorcana. And when the news came out, we were both super excited. And he's a card game person in terms of sports cards, and I'm a TCG player. So this is a way that we're able to bond. And he got this for me for Christmas, this keychain of the PSA 10 Rockstar Stitch, right? And I would love to own an actual PSA 10 Rockstar Stitch soon, eventually, but these prices are definitely going up a little bit to a point where I might not be able to afford it anymore. So $2,600 was that the one. Hopefully soon, hopefully soon. But shout out my brother, man. Shout out my brother, because I feel like without him, I probably wouldn't have been making this channel. But and then speaking of that, he also got me this mat. And the price went up since he got me this mat. The Maui mat was around $50 when he got it online, and now all the $50 listings sold over before Christmas, and the lowest verified now is by Universal Galaxy TCG for $100. So we'll see if this sells. I'm gonna check eBay for the next Market Watch and see what's up with the mats, because all the mats have been selling. The Maleficent, the Mickeys, and now the Maui, all getting close to that $100 range. But that is it for today's Market Watch, Friday, December 29th. Almost the end of the year, my goons. I hope you guys have a very safe New Year if you are celebrating New Year in the western side of the world. And either way, we hope to see you in the next video. I'm going to go play a tournament tomorrow. I'm super excited. But till then, remember to stay tuned to Lorcana Goons, and we will see you goons next time.